a crunch of a metal against the curb. It was the wheel of the car hitting the curb. And then my colleague I was with said, "Rob, get out of the way." I saw people being hit. I jumped from the pavement into the road. And truly, I could see people actually passing me that had been hit. And then I could just see the car continuing in that direction and then just leaving devastation behind it.
We heard three shots separated, and I went to the parliament. On the back right, parliament, and a person outside on the floor.
Well, I was just on the middle of the bridge when suddenly everybody started screaming. And at first I thought they'd just been, somebody had been in an accident. But then I saw a shoe by the side of the road, and I saw a body on the other side of the road, and then there was another body a little bit further up. And when I looked over the side of the bridge, there was a body floating face down in the water.
So there was a body in the Thames?
In the water, yeah. And at that point we realised something bad had happened, so we just tried to stop people coming onto the bridge and make them walk back the other way.
We spoke to David Lowe, terrorism and security expert. He says the attacker's message was the government can't keep its citizens safe, even in the heart of London.
This is the absolute nightmare for the police and the intelligence services and anybody involved in security, because London we now know it's the primary target for any attack. Of course, that doesn't mean the other cities are totally safe, but London will be the number one. And then on top of that, you look at the location. This is the heart of our government. So if you're going to carry out an attack, you get this message out that the state can't keep you 100% safe. This has been a fear that Mark Rowley, who's the senior counter-terrorism officer, mentioned a few weeks ago. And this is why the UK's been at severe. An attack was highly likely. But you look at this type of attack, it's this low-level attack on soft targets where a vehicle's gone from the road onto the pavement into a crowd of people. And it's so sad. We've seen it in Nice, we've seen it in Berlin, and now we've seen it in London.
While the area around the Palace of Westminster was on lockdown, several dozen people were left trapped inside the London Eye. They spent nearly 3 hours there. And for almost 5 hours, members of Parliament were unable to leave the House of Commons, where business was suspended when news broke of the security incident outside. They were in the middle of a vote when the attack happened. Politicians and staff were told not to stay inside their offices. We heard from people who are inside.
Some people had heard gunshots and a loud noise, so then after a time the Deputy Speaker suspended the sitting and then later adjourned it. So the people who are the most secure were members of Parliament. We have great sympathy for those who are outside who are less fortunate, and we praise the police, both the one who sadly died and those who dealt with the person who, both sad and mad, has caused all this.
I was in the cafe in the Palace of Westminster, and we suddenly saw some police officers. I used to be a member of Parliament myself. We saw some police officers running and then heard some shots, and people took us from the cafe into the main building, and basically we've been in the main building for 4 hours. We always know that there's always going to be a target like this, but you've got thousands of people visiting it every day, so it's got to be protected. I'm sure the protection is very, very good, but something has seriously gone wrong today. I think there will obviously be a review of the security, but democracy must continue, and London has known some very bad incidents in the past, but we just keep going.
I was walking from my office through New Palace Yard to vote in the division, and as I walked through New Palace Yard, I heard a crash outside and a lot of shouting. I wanted to go and investigate, but couldn't because I would have missed the vote. As I went in to vote, to go into the lobby, the Prime Minister with several security guards burst past me looking very concerned, and I went into the lobby and saw everything was locked down and realised at that point that something serious was happening, and this really was an attack on Westminster. We were kept inside the lobby and the chamber. Effectively it was a lockdown, and I spent the last 4 hours or so there, like other MPs, taking phone calls, sending phone calls, texts, just to reassure our loved ones and friends that we're safe, and gathering around the television monitors to see what was happening outside.
former UK Prime Minister David Cameron has expressed